You'll have to accept my apologies for the manner in which this video is conducted. As you know, usually I do a little bit of research, although a lot of people criticise that as a matter of fact, and do my predictions from my book. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, I just have not got the time, and I'm running late with uploading this as it is, so I'm afraid it's going to be quick picks. On the upside, it's all heavyweight, and people who know me know that I heavyweights just aren't really as interesting to me as maybe they, are to other people. We'll start with their main event. Junior Dos Santos is fighting Frank Mir. I'm going for Junior Dos Santos on that. I'll go for TKO in the first. Mike Brown is fighting Daniel Pineda. Now, this is who do I go for? I think probably Mike Brown on this. Probably Mike Brown. Yeah. Kyle Kingsbury is fighting Glover Teixeira. I'll go for Kyle Kingsbury on that, even though I think he's not had such a good run recently, because I think I've gone for him several times in a row and he's lost several times in a row, but I could be wrong there. I might be thinking of somebody else. Jacob Volkman and Paul Sass. I was going to say I didn't think Paul Sass was as large as a heavyweight. No, it is in fact 155 pounds, this one. So at least it's not a full card of heavyweights. Jacob Volkman is dangerous, and he is somebody that I have overlooked from the word go. Really wasn't that impressive to look at. Wasn't that impressive at all, but I was proved wrong when he started to do very well. Paul Sass, on the other hand, I know because I followed him when he was a spring chicken, so to speak, in Cage Gladiators. I'm going to go for Paul Sass on this. I do think that this is going to be quite close, and that a lot of people will go for Jacob Volkman here, and I think Paul Sass, even with his perfect record, will be considered an underdog, possibly. But I am going for Paul Sass. We shall go for the Sass angle in the third. Who's next? Dan Hardy and Dwayne Ludwig. This is Dan Hardy, who really probably shouldn't be in the institution anymore, but there we are. And Dwayne Ludwig, well, he's not quite as good as perhaps he once was. This is quite a good match because it's a reasonable level of calibre for Dan Hardy, and it's also somebody who's going to be well prepared to go on their feet. Who do I go for? Well, this is not an easy one. Not an easy one at all. I don't know. I really don't know if Dan Hardy has lost his edge or not now. And I don't know if Dwayne Ludwig is good enough, really. Oh gosh, it's a hard one, this one. I think I might go for Dan Hardy, just out of patriotic spirit. Perhaps if he wins this one, he can at least give some impression that he deserves to be where he is. Jason Miller and CB Dollaway. Do you know, CB Dollaway I haven't heard or seen fight in ages. It just feels like ages. I actually give the advantage here to Jason Miller. Might do it by decision. Edson Barboza and Jamie Varner. I'm going to go for Jamie Varner, even though Edson Barboza has a perfect record. Again, this is 155, so I'm glad to see that there are some lower class people, lower weight class people, shall we say, on the card. I shall go for TKO in the second there. Diego Brandao is fighting Darren Elkins, who looks positively cross-eyed in this photo of him on the UFC card. How bizarre is that? Must have called him at a bad point. Another very interesting one. Diego Brandao actually has the better record, at least in terms of having won more. Gosh, this one could be close as well. This is £145, this, so they're going to be even. This is going to be very, very fast. I err towards Darren Elkins on that one, but I'm not really sure how. That one I think will be quite close. Could be fight of the night. What's the next one? Stefan Struve and LeVar Johnson. LeVar Johnson is fighting again very, very quickly after Pat Barry. Very quickly indeed, in fact. If it's the same LeVar Johnson, I presume there's only one. Stefan Struve, another guy that in fact I followed when he was a spring chicken in Cage Gladiators as well. It's funny to see them all in the UFC now when they were sort of in Cage Gladiators, because we're going back sort of 2008, 9, so a good 4 or 5 years ago now, I suppose, but there we are. It doesn't feel like 4 or 5 years. I think I still favour. I think there's some boy racers outside. I still favour LeVar Johnson on this one, actually. I think the problem with Stefan Struve is he might not be able to stop the power here, because he's a bit more spindly. So there we are. Spindly. Who's next? Stipe Miocic or something, and Shane Del Rosario. Don't really care about this one so much, to be honest. They both have perfect records. Stipe is perfect record of 8. Shane is a perfect record of 11. Who cares? Who cares? I think I'll go for... I think I'll go for Stipe. Why not? Roy Nelson and Dave Herman. I'm not going for Roy Nelson, so I guess I've got to go for Dave Herman. And finally, Cain Velasquez and Antonio Silva. I'm going to go, although Silva in fact has much larger record, 16-3 according to this. Cain Velasquez has 9-1. I'm going to go for Cain on that. I should go for TKO in the second, and I think that is it, yes. So sorry for the manner in which this has been produced, but there we are. Better late than never, I suppose. Better short and sweet than, you know, rambling on and on and on and on and on.